Cats of the Cosmos really only should have been one chapter. It did not need to be 3. It did not need to be 3. I should not have to be beating such difficult stages with specials only when the game does not give you good specials until later on in the game. Way later than is expected of you in Cats of the Cosmos Chapter 3. So dumb. But anyways, hello Callie. And I'm fairly certain Chapter 3 of Cats of the Cosmos did not come out until, or did, I'm pretty sure it didn't have talented specials at the time of its release. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain. Cats of the Cosmos Chapter 3 came out before the specials had talents. Which means I have no fucking clue how you were expected to do all that. I could be wrong though. But even then, talented specials, they're good, but they need so much NP. So even if they were out whenever Cats of the Cosmos Chapter 3 was released, how are you expected to, you know, do that? Because, remember, there's not a single solid anti-alien special. Not a single one. There is not a single solid anti-alien special in the entire game. Here's the thing, Barrier Breaker is not a big deal because I have Breaker Blast. His knockback against aliens actually more useful with little macho legs. And then, by the way, the littles are hard enough stages that I don't think you should be expected to have all the little true forms before Cats of the Cosmos. Even if I did have them, I don't think... I mean, little Mohawk would probably be nice as a meat shield, but not necessary. Because it's not the meat shielding that's the problem. It's the lack of anti-alien. It's the lack of anti-alien in terms of specials. So I think my goal might be to true form Urarun before I try to do any more special in this. What stage am I on in Cats of the Cosmos? Because I'm so tempted to just use continues to get through them. Because for this one, no, not this one. For this one, I used continues on, I think. And then this one wasn't that bad, just took a while because you have to, it's like an endurance test. And then I haven't even tried Solomon just because of how much I despise the special only thing. But yeah, these two were pains in the ass. Huge pains in the ass. And then I have to have the treasures because of them being part of this one. Aguham and Solomon. And I think Solomon is the last special only, which there's actually Treasure Fest right now. I could try this. And by try this, I mean fuck these stages. Just fuck special only, bro. Fuck it. Because like, let me see. Usable alien. You have pastry. You have little macho legs. You have Valkyrie. And then these other three are basically not even anti-aliens. Cat God can be fine. Not really though, because his attack rate is so low. Urarun, not a consistent enough knockback to be a good statuser, but decent backlining value, right? Goddamn useless. Valkyrie without talents, because I have yet to unlock her talents. No go. Little macho legs. The knockback is fine, but that's about it. Pastry, obviously not. I think I talented Rice Ball actually. I actually ran out of NP trying to get Rice Ball to be usable. And I might as well. Because Rice Ball's good, right? Like, this is a long-term investment. I'm willing to sacrifice NP on him for long-term. Due to Rice Ball being probably one of the better 4-star restriction units in terms of meat shielding, at least. You ever plan on getting Valk talents? No. They're a waste of NP. Like, especially if you are if you're allowing yourself to use Ubers, then absolutely not. Most Ubers can not only compare, but outdo Valkyrie in terms of what she does. Smart investment on Rice Ball? Yeah. It's... I mean, I don't really like Rice Ball, but he's, like, it's... fine. Like, I don't like using him, but I know he's good, you know what I mean? Beefcake is not very strong. Like, it is super ironic just how weak as fuck Beefcake is, considering how buff he looks like he should be. I should have increased my wallet. This is bad. This is fine? This is not fine. Okay, well. At least Bahamut got a hit in, so that's something. I should probably be meat shielding more, but I just, you're not given money! Like, after the initial kangaroos, obviously, you're not given money. And, like, of course, specials are so not cost efficient. They're very cost inefficient, you know? Like, they are... Take it slow? I don't want to. This one's probably the easier special stage, to be fair. I feel like I should be using Gigando rather than Valkyrie. She's fast and she'll kill herself. Gigando is at least bulky in some ways. That's a you problem then? Okay, this is the only one that problem that can be said to be take it slow, because with the Nimoy boar, I mean, it spawns on timer, so. Oh my god. This is gonna take a while. Oh, wait, how the fuck am I supposed to take it slow when I can't even defend against these bitches? Oh, god. I should have kept Beefcake. Well, thankfully, Rice Ball seems to live a hit from them. Okay, well, not for fucking long. I just don't like Beefcake, because he does take way too much money. And I know Dancer's not much better, but at least Dancer seems to have better results. At least we have infinite speed-ups in the next update. Here's the thing, I don't want speed-ups. I'd be meat shielding horribly if I had a speed-up on. If there... Anybody that actually permanently keeps on their speed-up, they're just putting themselves at a disadvantage. A massive disadvantage. Ugh. Excuse me. Okay, well... Phenomenal. Well done, Bahamut. Well done. Okay. Yeah, I don't like speed-ups. I genuinely don't. Like, the only time I'll use them is for grinding, and even in Cats of the Cosmos Chapter 3, some of these stages are just not speed-upable. Mainly the special-only ones. Because I feel like in special, until you get Baja Blast and UL Legend True Forms, you really are not overpowered for the special-only stages. Like, and I know Baja Blast is like very soon after, but finally. So I might actually be able to beat. I might actually be able to beat Cats of Cosmos today, maybe. Probably a little bit hopeful, but that's fine. This is a restriction I would much prefer. I just don't get why it's special only. Like, it just pisses me off because, like, a lot of stuff has been added since Cats of the Cosmos Chapter 3, and yet we still don't have good things for Cats of the Cosmos Chapter 3 special only. Like, we just don't. And so it's just, how the fuck did people do it back then? Just a bunch of continues? Cat God? Because I feel like you shouldn't have to rely on any of that in order to beat a fucking stage. That's the thing that pisses me off most, but it's whatever. Sure. Jamira. I guess cat combos would be good here. Who am I willing to drop for a cat combo? Probably Jamira. I'm not even gonna bother organizing this shit. It's not worth it. So anyways, on a more positive note, how's it going? I forgot to change the title of the stream, hold up. Tetsukachi! Maybe I just don't like special only because I'm uber carried. You know what? Maybe I'm the problem. I am the problem. Callie was spot on when she said that's a me problem. I'm sorry? Tetsu? I wish there was a more satisfying sound effect whenever something was dodging. Because even whenever something is getting hit, you can at least hear it. Whenever somebody is dodging something, you can't even hear it. So underwhelming. So I need to stop complaining. I need to stop being a little bitch baby. That's a... Okay. I do love Terran. I will always love Terran. Dude, double Savage Blow? Huge. See how much more tame this is? See how much easier this is? I know it's uber carried to hell and back, but like, see how much easier this shit is? And how much less stressful it is just to be playing this stage. This is a stage I could speed up on. You know? Even without Ubers, I'd probably be able to. You know, I do want to play more of my Japanese account. That is something I want to do. I'm getting really lucky with these treasures. I do want to play more on my Japanese account because I like the Ubers I have on there. Like I like the Ubers I have on here too. But over in JP, I have some pretty cool variety. Of course, if I choose to use variety over my OP Dark Luna and Dark Tanyan. And then Mighty Lord Gao I actually haven't used much because he's kind of slow, a little bit of expensive. But I have used Baby Gao actually. I've used his first form a little bit. You know, I'm not realizing that streaming on a Thursday may not be the greatest idea. I'm not realizing, indeed. Streaming on a Thursday is not good for Battle Cats viewers. That's fine. I'm mostly streaming because I I don't know. I just felt like playing the game. Felt like playing the game, and I felt like streaming. Because might as well do something since I don't have anything else to do today. Well, I actually do have something else to do. I have college work, but I was thinking maybe just a short stream, hour-long stream, just to say I have streamed since it's been a while since the last one. It's been a long time since my last stream. I think it's been since what, last Wednesday? Or was it last weekend? I don't remember. It feels like it's been a while though. Finally off college and I don't have exams, so I'm off sooner than everybody else, so I don't mind, to be honest. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that since time zones are usually the problem, then more people would be able to join just because I'm earlier, but I don't think time zones are entirely it. Like, I know it's a Thursday, but like, I don't know. Time zone can't be the issue. I have no idea. Maybe just Thursdays are bad days for some reason. I don't know. Maybe there's something more to it. But yeah, like, it is nice having calmer streams, but I think for me, I would like at least 2 or 3 people in chat at all times, just to make it so that I have 1, people to talk to, 2, people to remind me that they are there, and 3, just to, you know, just to make it so that it's not just one person carrying everything, right? Like, I want to have a little bit of variety. And so that would be ideal. Like, no offense to you, obviously, but of course, as a small streamer, poor little me. I will probably be streaming. No, I will definitely be streaming a lot more over the summer. Of course, right now I am still in school for another week. But a week from today, actually, will be my last day before break. And so once that happens, I have a lot of other games I'd be willing to stream and all that. I have a lot of other games I'd be willing to stream. I have a couple of projects, like I've mentioned before, that I'm planning on starting and hopefully finishing throughout the summer. And I mean, just more Battle Cats probably, because like Battle Cats for my main account at least, it's to the point to where there's not really much reason in waiting, right? Like I have pretty much everything that I need in order to progress more. The only thing I'm missing right now is technically an anti-relic. However, I think first of all, I think I'll be fine. Second of all, I'm not quite to UL yet. I'll be getting there soon though. So I am still concerned, but not too worried about it. You know what I mean? I do wonder what the hell I'll do for Relic though, because I might just have to brute force it for a while, and like I'll have to talent things like Rodeo. That's concerning. That's the most concerning thing to me, is having to talent Rodeo. Which, like, obviously I think Rodeo is pretty fine to talent anyways, because there's more than one stage. There are actually multiple stages where it would be good to use him. I don't like Rodeo. Too inconsistent for me. Oh god, Nezuko. Honestly, I think Nezuko's immunities should be more. Like, if she had freeze immunity there, she could have stayed. If she had knockback immunity, warp immunity, like, immunities might be Nezuko's worst weakness, honestly. She's just lacking immunities. So in stages like this, she just falls over. Not because she can't tank or because she can't deal damage, but because she just doesn't have the opportunity. So maybe speed, I guess, would also be a way to word it as a weakness, but whatever. Honestly, I think it would have made a lot of sense to give Tetsukachi insane resist. Like, since they didn't give him literally anything else, like they made his block what it should have been in the first place, with his evolved form, but like they didn't add anything to him. Like I feel like I feel like it would have made sense for him to get insane resist. It would have 100% made sense for him to do that. But like he's meant to be a tank, right? Like he's not meant to do damage or anything. And like I know he has dodge and insane resist would be a lot, but it's not like his base HP is very high. Like for a melee tank, his base HP ain't even that high. So like I do genuinely think insane resist would have made sense. I really like that one ZL stage where that old horn and techno I don't know. So rodeo is a good choice there. Yeah, rodeo is pretty much a good choice against old horn in general. There is an old horn pretty fucking early on in says UL. I'm pretty sure it's literally in the first subchapter. After, of course, Elder Bun. I don't have a lot of CPUs, so I'm going to use Treasure Radar. What stages are for the mask? I don't actually remember. Because I need to know that it doesn't say for some fucking reason. Why was the base in that stage Darth Obama? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But would you do me a favor and warn me whenever a stage is a mystery mask? Because I don't currently have enough CPUs to redo them for free. And I would like to treasure radar them. Because I don't want to have to redo them. Depending on the stage. But yeah, Darth Obama. It's a weird thing because I don't know. I really don't know what the US looks like to Japan. Like I have no clue. I have no clue what Ponos and of course other countries thinks of the US. Hello. Ski Beerit Truki or something. I don't fucking welcome. I'm gonna call you Ski. You said it right? That's a miracle. My English teachers can be proud of me. Broton, N77, Nebula, and Black Hole. Okay, cool. Hello, Kiki, by the way. You both said hi at the exact same time. Something weird's going on here. Honestly, Tetsu would be good here. Having a tank in a low deploy limit stage would actually be pretty sick. And Tetsu does work against the angelic Gory. Maybe not so much the black one, but the aliens and the angelic ones. Are all the mask ones back to back? Be like, I swear those ones. I swear they're close at least. I would think they see us as like a broken government. Not broken exactly. I mean, you say broken government. What is democracy considered in other countries? Is Japan a democratic thing? Or I say, yeah. One stage between each? Okay. I do wonder. I mean, we're allied with them, right? Or maybe... I feel like US and Japan aren't allied, but maybe they're, like, neutral. Maybe they're holding grudges against each other, but they're not doing anything about it. Because, I mean... I would say we're friends, but... I have no doubt that Japan holds a grudge against the US for obvious reasons. And if it's not obvious to you, then maybe your history classes didn't teach you much. You've heard a lot of stuff about them, about the U.S. Yeah, I've heard a lot about us as well. We suck. Why do I confuse leave with live? Because English isn't everybody's first language. Proton. Is Proton difficult? Hopefully not. So by the way, how long should I wait to do Cats of the Cosmos zombie outbreaks? Because I typically like doing zombie outbreaks through like the entire chapter at a time. So all 3 sub chapters of zombie outbreaks at once. I won't be able to do that with Cats of the Cosmos, will I? Because I feel like the difference between difficulty on them is going to be pretty drastic. You need like $40 to hold your own child or something like that. I don't know. I mean, healthcare is expensive as hell, so you know, giving birth, I'm willing to bet you have to pay to give birth in a hospital, but like, I don't know about having to pay to just hold the child. I don't know though. I've never given birth, never held a child, so I don't know. But I'm sure there are fees to some degree. We also have unhealthy food. I know other countries think that of us. Oh. Oh, I wasn't spawning Catalyte. My bad. Okay, lovely. And we start over at the base again in a stage where there are enemies constantly spawning. I truly do love the battle cats. You were born though, you should know. You think I remember if my parents paid $40 whenever I was like, you think I remember a transaction between my parents and the doctor like, hey, you need to give me $40 as soon as I was born? No. I don't remember that. I don't remember 2 years ago. I don't remember anything before this year. Obviously, I have faint memories and like memories nonetheless and stuff like that, but like, I don't remember stuff like that. My memory is god awful. Oh, I'm stacking too many Gizos. Okay, well, time to get fucked all over again. Because what the fuck? This Elite Shibelian didn't even get knocked back off of that entire stack of things hitting it. What the fuck? Strongest Shibelian of all time? No, something else. Oh, I spawned another Catalyte. I fucking hate this stage. I remember being a fetus, don't you? I remember being a sperm cell. I am going to watch the continue. Well, no, actually, I don't want to waste the free continue. Waste of a treasure radar, though. I think I just need to approach it differently. No more Manic Eraser. Only Catalyte. And no more spamming Jizo. You saw an image of a receipt? Yeah. And then I'm not spawning terrors. I'm spawning one Jizo, another courier, castaway, keep spawning slime, and then that's it. Just now I only spawn Catalyte. Catalyte and slime. It's always I remember being a sperm cell and not I remember being an egg and an ovary. Well, because I'm a dude. Anytime I make jokes like that, I think of I remember being in my dad's nutsack. You know, I don't remember being. What? Yeah, it never goes to the woman's side for me, just because I'm a dude. So, whenever I actually spawn Catalite, I fucking face plant against everything because I can't fucking defend against this. But then whenever I spawn the other things, then I lose to this son of a bitch, and then I can't do anything right. What? Okay, sure. Just to completely ignore my. Okay, that's sick. You know, that's real. That's real sick, guys. I love my Breaker Blast not hitting. To be fair, it is funnier. It is. Okay. Star crabs. Oh, yep. Yeah. That idea. You? No. You? Not using Yami? Fuck no. His weaken ain't doing shit. Without true form, Yami's not even that great. Uh, Probably Balrog instead of Terran? Nezuko might actually be fine here. So, and then I can swap you and you out for an attack up combo. And then there. I don't think I want Kitty Liberty, but I'm not gonna drop it for anything. Don't get me wrong, I love the game. I just don't know what to do in the game, even if there is options. Just play whatever. I mean, normally in a playthrough of this game, you would probably want to get through like Empire of Cats, Into the Future, then Cats of the Cosmos. Like that's an order you can do it in. It might just take a little bit of time and a lot of grinding from the event stages. And then if you don't feel like doing Into the Future or Cats of the Cosmos, just go through SOL until you can't beat the stages anymore and then go back. Like that's really all there is to it. Like just go back and forth between legend stages and the main story until you beat the main story, and then just go all out on legend. And then of course in between, depending on the day, you can. Why am I spawning Kitty of Liberty? I'm a dumbass. Not using Yami, then why bring him? It's a general lineup. I don't know why I have Yami as my general lineup Uber. I feel like Tetsukachi would probably be better there. But yeah. It's just, I don't know. I could not tell you. You know, Tetsu could at least have a little bit of speed so that everything else doesn't get warped before he arrives. Oh, God. I'd be in the main story, just not all the outbreaks. Outbreaks are something that you don't really need to be. Like, you can... But, like, since they take so much time, and it's only one at a time per chapter, you might as well just do them whenever they appear. Because whenever you beat all the outbreaks, you get an increase to your max energy, which can be nice. It'll save you a lot of leaderships in the long run. 50 energy is big? Yeah. Per chapter. Absolutely. So, like, think of it this way. Since there are 6 main story chapters, fuck off, Broton. Since there are 6 main chapters. Sorry, not 6, 9. There are 9 main chapters. Each of which having zombie outbreaks. Each of them giving you 50 energy to your max. That means that you can increase your max energy by 450. Pretty fucking good if you ask me. This is the right lineup. Well, no, it's not. I want to drop Yami. Yami, you are being retired. Sorry, my boy. Adam and Kachi. I gotta bring back Tetsu. Gotta bring back Tetsu. Wait. Are cat CPUs grindable on Thursdays or Fridays? I might have to grind cat CPUs today or tomorrow. I think they're Fridays, right? So tomorrow I'll be grinding cat CPUs. I think Thursdays. If it is Thursdays, I can just then I don't have to worry about using a treasure radar before beating the stage. Check the schedule. I don't want to. Because guess what? That takes time. Guess what I'm not doing? Waiting around. My bad. Tarun, use your wave immunity. It's so easy. Yeah, well, I'm in the middle of a fucking stage. Like, what do you want me to do? Stop playing the game? Like, I'm trying to play the game. It's not like it matters that much. Yeah, today's Sniper. I thought it was Friday. Yeah, Friday is CPU. I knew it was either Thursday or Friday. I just, for some reason, didn't remember which one. I think I was just being optimistic and hoping that it was today. But yeah, I guess tomorrow I should grind some of that. You know, my JP account I have more than enough cat CPUs. I have like 60. But I cannot say the same for... Oh! They added the board to the stage? Son of a bitch. Oh my god, I hate Cats of Cosmos Chapter 3. Oh my god, I hate it. Oh my god, I hate Cats of Cosmos Chapter 3. I didn't realize how much I hated it until just now. Why? Why in a deployment limit stage would you apply a wave and a bore in the same thing? It's not difficult, but like... Only because I have Tarun. Tarun is the only reason why this was as easy as it was. God, I hate Cats of Cosmos Chapter 3. And Courier. Like, I cannot imagine doing this when it released. I cannot imagine that. Anyways. Fuck. Damn. My luck ran out. One row. See that. I really want to beat Gods of the Cosmos Chapter 3 today. Because I want to get the plat ticket. It's not going to be anything good, but I want it. Oh, fuck. This game. So hard. Get me out of that bitch. I need a critter. Guess I'm dropping Manicure Racer. Listening in while taking some notes for a college final. Luckily, it's open notes, so I don't have to focus on it. Cute. I don't take notes for shit. Wait, are you? Do you mean that as in like you're in a college like auditorium? Is that what it's called? Like a college room, or does that mean like you're just listening to like a lecture on your computer? How are you supposed to use BlueStacks? I don't know. I don't use BlueStacks. I tried using BlueStacks once. I didn't know how, so I had a similar issue to you. and so I decided to use the much easier and more comforting looking one, aka the one I'm using. LD player. Last time I tried to use it, I didn't understand it, stayed there and refused my PC from getting shut down for a couple of seconds. Yeah, it seemed pretty heavy on the computer for some reason. I don't know why. So that, like, I just prefer LD player. Like, it's, I've tried both. One of them just didn't work for me. What a bitch stage. You know, this is why I say that Elemental Pixies cannot be the worst banner. Simply because I'm fairly certain Cats of Cosmos Chapter 3 is balanced around you having at least one Elemental Pixie. Because, like, this is nuts. What emulator are you using? I've said it multiple times! LD player. I'm just going through sides from the lectures to write down. That way I'll have them on Tuesday when the final is. Ah, okay, cool. Sorry? Don't be sorry, bruh. You would know if I was actually mad. I couldn't care less. I just don't want to be so monotone that I'm boring, you know? I don't want to be boring. Being boring is boring, if you know what I mean. To be boring, just do nothing? Okay. I'll be boring. Yay. Well, if I gotta get back into a stage so I can turn the music and everything back on. Yeah, that's the average Battlecat streamer, I feel like, from what I've seen. Like, I haven't tuned into many Battlecat. Oh, I need to turn that back to the double line, whatever it's called. Because this is so weird. Anyways. Yeah, so that would be boring. Most people only consider and rank Ubers based on UL and onwards, so early/mid game progression usually gets undermined. I don't get why it's undermined though, right? Because like I get it, like a lot of people are later than early game, but for any new, like here's the thing, those rankings are mainly there, and they're mainly going to be watched by people that are new to the game, or they're mainly going to be taken seriously by people that are new to the game because they don't know enough to have their own opinion, and they also want to see who they should go for or who they should want whenever they do, you know, play the game. So I think it's stupid to be like, oh, you know, for ZL and onwards, this Uber is the best, so go for this Uber. Whenever people that are actually susceptible to that opinion aren't going to be in a place where that's great. Like kind of like Balrog, right? Balrog is probably one of the most underwhelming Ubers in terms of people that like are like, oh my god, he's the best, and then they get him, and they're like, oh, why is he stuck? It's because of that. The only people that will actually take those seriously is the people that are not able to form their own opinion, which means that they're probably pretty early on into the game. So those rankings should consider early game just because of the target audience. Or at least that's my opinion. And then there's also the people that overestimate just how good Ubers are. Like, they assume that Ubers can carry them through everything, which, not entirely possible. And plus, something tells me there's still a lot of fucking people in early game. Because, like, it's rare that you get people that play enough to get past early game in Battle Cats. Like, some people take large breaks, some people just simply take a super long time to get through games and, like, actually get progression and stuff like that. Like, some people just take their sweet fucking time. And you also have to consider that it's still a growing mobile game. There's still many people downloading it. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like overriding early game is kind of stupid in terms of rankings, but rankings in general are just stupid, so. Like, it stems from how you can unlevel your units and re-experience early game. Re-experiencing early game definitely shines a light on it, right? Like, I feel like a lot of people don't really replay Battle Cats because, like, oh, I played it all before, you know, I did. Like, it's one of those things where, like, re-experiencing the early game is so nice. Because you actually get to understand how early game players get to see it nowadays. Because, of course, back then, people were probably like, oh, I used pastry as my only status for this and this. Like, you gotta re-experience it so that you actually know what early game players are dealing with. Right? Like, and, like, there is a lack of, yeah, you can't, like you said, you can't unlevel and stuff like that. But, like, that's where I feel like if you're going to make rankings, you should go back to the beginning. Right? You should be able to, you know what it is to be an early game. Because, like it or not, early game is still a major part of the game. like, like, I think I probably am getting close to 100 hours on this file. And I'm still not done with Cats of the Cosmos Chapter 3. And I've been going through the game pretty fast. Like, early game is a massive part of the game still. And so you can't just overlook it. I use return mode too, so it's not even counting grinding Empire of Cats. And I still almost have 100 hours. So, like, you know, you can't just ignore it. Also, what the fuck do I do here? What do I do here? There's 3 boars? Bro, fuck off. 3 fucking boars on this shit? Oh, you know what? It might be nice to actually get the... Oh, wait, no, I have the treasures that I need. Okay, well, then fuck me. How do I do this? Andromeda, why must you be a pain in my ass? Yeah, I have 136 hours. Without grinding Empire of Cats, and I'm still not done with Cats of the Cosmos. Overlooking the entirety of early game is a little bit rough. Like, you can overlook Empire of Cats. You can probably relatively look over into the future, but saying that elemental pixies are useless just because they're only good for Cats of the Cosmos is so dumb, because Cats of the Cosmos is still a pretty big part of the game. They're a decent part of the game, and Cats of the Cosmos, like it or not, is pretty difficult, especially whenever you consider the fact that the elemental pixies are still very valuable in terms of zombie outbreaks for Cats of the Cosmos, which are later in the game. You know? So, like, I would say those would be mid-game. So, I think it's stupid to just completely say that elemental pixies are the worst or are useless. I can easily live without any Nikalugas, but without an elemental pixie, I'm struggling here. And don't you dare say fucking Dark Heroes, because no, they would not do that well here. Just because they are an anti-alien doesn't mean that they hold a candle towards what the elemental pixies can do against aliens. And yes, I have Tetsukachi. Yes, I have Yami. Neither of which are enough. Like, even though I have some pretty solid anti-aliens, they're just not enough to completely carry. Or they're not enough to make it, you know, easier to an extent of beating. I think Nezuko would be good here, actually. Maybe over Terror. No, I'll do it over here. Oh, I changed the wrong fucking lineup. What the fuck ever. Here, I'll change it. I'll change her back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Something, I don't know. I was about to do the Chili's thing, but then I decided not to. I don't know. I just hate rankings. There's a reason why I stopped doing rankings. Oh, fuck. So I want... Yeah, this will go super swell. I need to grind lucky tickets, because lucky tickets would give me all of the power-ups instead of just one. One kind. It would theoretically be better to grind, you know, one at a time. But I also need little cats, so... So I'm only relying on slime for these dogs. This is gonna be sick. Hopefully I can beat Cats of Cosmos Chapter 3 tonight. I'm pretty sure Giga God is pretty simple, right? Like, he just saves your units, from what I remember. So just don't use Warp Immune, and you're fine. Rush her down, you know? Maybe I should spend a little more time stacking. That's right. I'm gonna go now. Alright, see you, Kiki. See, even though I'm doing stuff, it was boring enough for them to leave. Oh no, slime didn't hit the fucking thing. I was hoping. Well, oh no, gross. Fuck the stage. Fuck you. Oh no. And this is another thing. Some anti-aliens can be really good, but they lack warp immune. And this is a perfect example of a stage where you kind of just need warp immune if you want to be a solid anti-alien. Because this is bad. Only having 5 slots is rough. Because, like, I need stuff for the boars, right? Because, like it or not, these boars cannot be handled with just one unit. Especially when there's multiple of them. And so it's like, oh my god. How do I handle multiple boars? I thought Nezuko would be the answer, and I think she is. I just need to get that fucking warper out of there so that my meat shield's gonna work. I think Tarun might need to go. This can't be it. Oh. I feel like I need slime though. Maybe Nezuko's the wrong play, but Seafarer can freeze? Dark Heroes don't hold a candle compared to Pixies, proceeds to not use Pixies. I have Yami and Tetsu. The fuck you want me to do here? Because I need damage, right? And like, since there's black enemies, I can't exactly use Tetsu safely. And plus, it's not like I'm using Dark Heroes. Name one Dark Hero that would be better here. That would actually be usable in this stage. Name one Dark Hero. Bigler? No. Catman? No. Saki? No. Catman would not be good here. He would get bullied by the warp, which then he would get killed by the Dark Doges. he would have the exact same problem that Tarun had. A lot of assumptions. What do you mean assumptions? He has similar stats to Terran in terms of HP and knockbacks. Like, he has a lot more knockbacks, which means he would get bullied more. And he also has similar range. And he also doesn't have warp immune. So I'm making a lot of assumptions because he is similar to a unit that I've already used and experienced in this stage. Thank God the warping guy is dead. Okay, Balrog should be able to handle this fine then. All I had to do was kill that fucking warper. I think Catman has been one of the most glazed Ubers in the world, by the way. Because he's so basic and his survivability is really good, right? But his cooldown's kind of long, he's kind of costly. And like from what I know, the only immunity he ever gets is in his true form, which he gets curse immune. Okay, am I just incapable of getting Seafarer freezes? There we go. Holy shit. 5 years ago, sure. What do you mean 5 years ago, sure? 5 years ago, he was already good. He's still shit. He's actually worse now than he was 5 years ago. And people still like him. He's cool. He's fine, you know? Against his traits, he's mainly good against Relic. Can't remember the last time he was brought up. You literally just brought him up. You literally just brought him up. You literally just brought him up. But he's always been overrated. Before that, Jackass. Okay, well, Jackass. I have, you know, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I still hear his name more often than any of the other dark heroes aside from like Vigler and maybe Hayabusa. But those are really the only two that he gets brought up less than. Because I don't hear anybody talking about Saki. I don't hear anybody talking about Axel. I don't hear anybody talking about any of these. And then occasionally I'll hear the mention of Catman. Also, what is the stage? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong in this stage? Like, I thought it'd be fine to, you know, try and nuke down the boars, but even Balrog can't fucking handle that job. It would seem. Which means maybe Ubers just aren't the play? Saki is not to be underrated. I really like Saki. I love Saki, actually. Having so much range against aliens, being able to hit the backliners safely. Well, sometimes. Her speed kind of is rough there, but like she can hit them safely. And so she's actually pretty nice in that aspect. Honestly, I think she's better than Catman. I genuinely think she's better than Catman. Because like they both target Alien and Relic, right? In their true forms. And I think Saki actually provides more unique value than Catman. So yeah. Not to say Catman's not good. I'm just saying having that much range can actually be really nice. They had to give her strong in her talents because she was that underwhelming beforehand. You act like whatever her DPS wasn't already fine for that much range. I'm actually pretty sure she got strong against because her summer variant got it first in its true form. And so they just gave it to her as talents. Because I'm pretty sure Saki did get talents after summer Saki got strong against. What do you mean no? Okay. We'll see. What the fuck do I do here? I guess I could. Tetsu just gets knocked back though. If I just have another attempt like that, but I get Terran to slow, but I need damage. I don't have damage. Oh, whatever. I'll try this. This doesn't work. I use the free continue. But yeah, I've used Damn I'm Wrong. I genuinely love Saki. Like I don't even blame you for being wrong because that kind of thing is hard to remember. But like it is one of those things where I've used Saki and I've had great results. Not often. I haven't used her often because obviously she has attack only. But in stages where she works really well. Meanwhile, Catman is kind of just like, he's your average backliner with massive damage, right? I can't even consider him a nuker because his damage is kind of underwhelming for that. His attack force swing is also really, so I guess he is kind of a nuker. I don't know. I don't know how to describe him, but he's weird. Also, Slime failed to kill the Warper. Wait, Slime? W Warp? That bitch doesn't kill Slime, that is a miracle. Yeah, I just like Saki. Like, I don't blame you for thinking that Catman is better than her. I don't blame you. Summer Saki True Form is 11.7. Normal Saki Talents was 12v1. You know, I don't know why I remember something as unique as that, but I remember it. Couldn't tell you why, but I do remember that. Not the specific updates, of course, but I remember that one came. The talents came after the true form, which is weird, right? A summer variant got a true form before the main variant got talents. I feel like that's pretty rare. How did my failed attempts at the beginning, like how did my first few attempts of this stage fail to kill the Warper? Because I still had Slime. And it's not very difficult to get Slime to hit the Warper. So how the fuck did that just go so south so simply? Yeah, I will always love Saki. Not necessarily because she's amazing, because obviously, even with Strong Against, she is squishy, and she only attacks 2 different traits. But against aliens, outranging Alpaki and the director can be super nice. And plus she stacks really well. If you have money, you can stack her very well. Yeah, what other dark heroes are there that are like actually usable? There's obviously Catman, but like he's a fine anti-alien, but I wouldn't say he's that great. There's Saki, there's Figler, there's Axel, there's... Oh yeah, Rabbit. I actually like Rabbit. I've never really used her, and I remember her attack frequency being kind of long. But I feel like her Ultra Form's pretty good. It's pretty solid, I think. Who else was there? Obviously the Legend Rare. So Professor Abyss. Who else? There's gotta be way more. Why am I blanking? Are the Dark Heroes that easy to forget? Oh yeah, Hayabusa. Akira. Saki is the one and only Uber I sold before getting any dupes of her, all because Exol said that she was bad several years ago. But I'm pretty sure even Exol would tell you, never sell a new Uber. I'm pretty sure, but I have done that same thing before. I'm pretty sure I sold Halloween Thundia for NP, even though I never had her. In my defense, I was probably 14. Yeah. Just think about the age you were when you started this game. Because I started when I was like 11. I may have started when I was 10. I think I did, actually. But that would be 8 years. I don't know. I don't know how old I was when I started, but I was very young. Too young to be seeing any sexy legs. Started around the same age. I feel like that's in large thanks to Matt Shea. Matt Shea appealed to that demographic for some reason. Same, yeah. Because I watched Matt Shea. I started off watching Matt Shea because of Geometry Dash. What Facade? I watched Facade, and then I even watched House Party, even though I was way too young to be watching House Party. So maybe he wasn't meant to appeal to, you know, kids, but he did for some reason. But yeah, I was there whenever he played those games, and so I watched his Battle Cat series because it got recommended. And then that got me into the game. And then funny enough, I begged my parents to be like, "Can I get a plat ticket? Can I buy the plat ticket? It's limited time and it's only $1." They eventually said yes. And then my first ever platinum ticket Uber was Grateful Crane. And then I started over on that file, and eventually, there's a term for it, but I don't remember what it is. But I kept resetting, and then I eventually got the Almighty startup, where I got Anubis and Chronos and Hades. I think my first ever exposure to Battlecats was from Think Noodles. I love Think Noodles because of Pokemon Brick Bronze. Still one of my favorite Roblox, probably my favorite Roblox game of all time. In terms of Roblox or Pokemon games, I keep getting them backwards for some reason. In terms of Pokemon games, I don't think it's anywhere near my favorite, just because like it's still a Roblox game, and it never even finished. Some of my favorite parts of Pokemon games are post game, and I never got to see post game from Brick Bronze. But I spent so much time on Brick Bronze just because it was a free Pokemon game, the only solid free Pokemon game, without, of course, pirating and involving emulators. But I did like Think Noodles, and then I thought it was really cool that he was friends with Dan TDM, because I also watched Dan TDM. And then I also watched Markiplier, which, like, do you remember, or do you know Who's Your Daddy, the game? Do you know Who's Your Daddy? Because I remember around the same time, both groups that I watched played that game. So Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, and I think Toast Ken, whatever, Cinnamon Toast Ken. I think those 4 played, and then there was also Dan TDM, Think Noodles, and maybe some others that played Who's Your Daddy as well. It was great. I loved all of that. I think those were around the same time. I could be wrong. But, you know, that game was probably, in my opinion, a part of what should be known as peak YouTube. And of course, that's just my opinion because it's the YouTube I grew up with. There probably was a dildo in that game. There probably was. I would not doubt it. Not having Octo for the stage is quite interesting. But this is fine. This music is so over dramatic for what's going on here. Yeah, that was such a good game. Or honestly, it was better whenever it was simple. Because have you seen Who's Your Daddy now? It's like a whole ass game. Like, it has shit. Like, it has what could be considered quality, but I feel like it was better back then, before it had skins and customization and stuff. It was better simple. Because it was kind of like a sandbox game instead of a multiplayer game. Because you kind of just did whatever you wanted. You never really intended to win. You just wanted to fuck around. And that was kind of the fun of it. And of course, there is still that aspect to it, but I don't know. There's something about it originally that made it set out. Oh my god, and then I remember, I hate younger me. Or I love younger me, one of the two, but I remember Who's Your Daddy, the house in Who's Your Daddy, inspiring fucking Minecraft RPers to make the house and start doing role plays in the Who's Your Daddy house. Fucking unspeakable, bro. I hate and it's a love-hate relationship between me and like 2015, 2016 YouTube. Cause I think it was 2016. 2016 was a weird year for YouTube. It was a wacky fucking year. Was that the same year that PewDiePie said the N-word? Or was that 2018? Interesting times indeed. I'm completely out of CPUs. This stage was easy, so I'm probably just gonna speed it up. The only change I'm gonna make is... Oh wait, it doesn't allow super rares. Never mind. No Octo. I'm just gonna deal with it. And then... I'm completing Cats of the Cosmos today, bitches! Or bitch. I guess there's only one of y'all in there. Callie, you are the only bitch. If you're... Callie? I'm kind of quiet. You stopped relating to me? Did my YouTube relations run out? Can you not relate to watching Unspeakable do Minecraft RP? Because I don't blame you. I feel like there was also some dude like named Moose or something. I don't know. It was a weird time in YouTube. And the funny thing is, they're all probably still up and at it today. All these people that I watched back then. Preston Plays, Markiplier, Unspeakable, Think Noodles. All these guys. All these guys are still relevant in their own way. Which is kind of cool. I remember a few things, mostly FNAF. FNAF was a pretty major... Hello? Fucking hello? What changed? I'm sorry. What happened? How was my first attempt so easy? Fuck it. I don't care anymore. If I want to use a continue on the Big Bang, then I'll spend cat food. I don't want to waste another treasured radar. Because this is bullshit. Quite literal bullshit. Why do my lips look orange? Am I healthy? Or did I just never look at my lips before? No more lips. I did love Five Nights at Freddy's though. Like that, I'm going to probably wind up doing more Five Nights at Freddy's shit. The axolotls missed the first time and Tetsu dodged. Damn. Yeah, that'll do it. So I got really lucky that first time around, or really unlucky this time around. One of the two. Does my voice sound any different to you? Like, is it muffled because of the... I'm not actually gonna wear this permanently. I could though. It's comfortable, but it gets really warm. It gets really fucking warm in my mouth area because, you know, I have hot breath. So I would like to not do that. If it was a thinner material, I bet I could. But it's just a thick material, so all of my breath stays in. There are three of them? There's three. There's three. Breaker Blast missed everything. Okay. I love this fucking game. So what do I do? Because there's no wave blockers. That's the main concern, right? Is that there's no wave blockers. Because I'm not allowed to use super rares. I kind of wish there was a restriction that made it so that you couldn't use combos. I feel like that would be kind of cool. Don't worry, I'm gonna try and Uber carry to the best of my ability. Oh yeah, cameraman. I finally got him. Forgot about that. Might as fucking well. I think he's good here. Those little cyclones are floating, right? If I'm wrong about that, then I'm screwed. Topper only kind of already does that. And speaking of topper only, I kind of wish there was a bottomer only as well to encourage combos instead of discouraging them. Like I kind of wish they were both, Kind of like the FNAF custom night challenges. Dude, Five Nights at Freddy's, what happened to it? It became so complicated. It got books. It became free roam. It became buggy messes that aren't even made by Scott Cawthon himself. A lot has changed in the last 10 years. It's even got a movie, 2 movies. Five Nights at Freddy's has 2 movies. Oh shit, there's a deploy limit, isn't there? I had FNAF 2 on my Kindle because I hated reading. How do you got games on your Kindle? How do you even do that? Because I remember Kindles. They're like little notebooks that just have books, I thought. Or I say notebooks, little tablets. Make a miss. He missed, but I'm fucked. Barog keeps getting fucking beat. Ugh. Excuse me. Hey Barog, do you mind not doing that? Okay, well I'm not dead. How are they missing? How are they missing? How am I not getting wave killed? Okay, there we go. Took long enough. But I think... Why am I spawning Jizo? I guess it was Kindle iPad hybrid? Gotcha. Makes sense. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, it was a pretty big deal of my life. Because I probably was a fan of it from 2016 to 2020. I think 2020 is when I kind of stopped being super obsessed with it. But I still liked it, right? And I still like it to this day. But like I'm not obsessed with it. But I have like 20 plushies just in my closet right now. 20 FNAF plushies just in my closet sitting there. Oh, I didn't realize I changed the wrong fucking lineup. Did I beat this stage normally? No. Who did I drop? Manic Eraser. Wait, I don't even need... No, I'll still need it. I was about to say I don't even need the Cats of Cosmos lineup, but I will need it for whenever I go back and finish up the treasures. Probably. I remember a FNAF fan game being my first exposure to adult content. You mean Five Nights at Fuckboys? Is that the fan game that you mean? Because that was mine as well. Five Nights at Fuckboys was a great fan game. I even played it. I didn't just watch Markiplier play it. I also played it. Like, not back then. I played it more recently than I watched it, but I watched Markiplier playing it. It was great. I love how Markiplier can just get away with playing porn games. Like, not that that one was, but, like, he's played others. So, it's interesting. I'm just gonna go in with this lineup, see how it goes. If it wasn't Five Nights at Fuckboys, which one was it? Because I know a lot of FNAF fan games, but I don't know a lot of adult FNAF fan games. So the strategy here, there's a dolphin, right? Or whatever it is that comes in. Oh, okay. I think it was Five Nights in Anime. Oh, yes. I do remember Five Nights in Anime. I do. I forgot that that one was adult. But Markiplier, I don't think I ever played that one. Shockingly. But I do remember one guy playing it. I don't remember what the fuck his name was. But I do remember him playing that. Just some guy. I don't remember his name, just some guy. I've never played Five Nights in Anime though. That's one I haven't played. You know, in the grand scheme of things, I haven't played that many FNAF fan games. Like, I've played a few, but not near enough for it to be like, yeah, I've played. Oh shit, Taryn's immune to the wave. That might be a bad thing for her, actually. I just consumed a lot of FNAF content in general. Yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, Five Nights at Fuckboys. Do you not know about Five Nights at Fuckboys though? Because I'm assuming you weren't as big into Markiplier as I was. You were just into FNAF in general. It was basically an RPG made from RPG Maker, and it literally just it didn't really show anything. There was no porn shown. There were moans. Technically, it wasn't actually moans. It was like, you know, it was the animatronic screams, right? And then you had I don't know if it was AI or just a computer voice of Freddy, and just can't remember what any of the text meant. Well, debauchery, you know, enjoy my dong enragement child. I don't know what enragement means. Dong means dick. I think, what does debauchery mean? It just means they look fucked up, essentially, right? Also, Bahamut got fucked because he got knocked back by something other than the wave. But yeah. And then I think the scene with you getting Chica on your team, right? I know she said something. I can't remember exactly what she said. I can't remember, but it was honestly just funny. It wasn't a porn game, kind of like it wasn't a porn game like Five Nights in Anime. It was just straight up a funny game that has adult content in it. This stage is taking a while. Do you think I can actually beat it? Like, how many waves of aliens are there? Kind of seems like I'm getting my ass beat, not gonna lie. But unironically, Five Nights at Fuckboys is a fun. It's a fun RPG. And maybe I'm just a sucker for RPG Maker shit, but... Did I kill Cat God thanks to entirely just Slime? Did Slime carry that? I think Slime actually just soloed Cat God. Sorry, Giga God. Interesting. What an interesting conversation to be having when beating this. Relating to each other about Five Nights at fucking Freddy's. Skip this shit. Cats of the Cosmos is done, and I got a plat ticket. Filibuster, filibuster, filibuster. You have no idea how little I want to actually do this. In fairness, you're not really supposed to have Slime True Form this early. You're not supposed to... It wasn't intended to be out in the game at the time of this release. At the time Cats of Cosmos released, to be fair. So... The irony. Oh, the irony. Being given volley. As soon as I beat Cats of the Cosmos... Son of a bitch. He would have been damn good, too. That's the thing. He would have been damn good if I got him literally any sooner. Him, her, them, whatever, it, something. What did you do to anger the karma gods? I don't fucking know. uh, it's, you know, that's fine. Don't worry, Karma has my back right here, right? I get Can. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did to deserve this. I mean, at least it's a new Uber, and at least it is a solid anti-alien. I can use it whenever I need another anti-alien, eventually. Hello, not very active. So I don't remember anything about the Filibuster stage. Can I just say that? I don't remember anything about Filibuster. All I remember is the music. That's all I remember. And then it makes me think of the fucking Lucas the Fourth thing. There's at least one bonbon. Okay, sick. I just remember the goated soundtrack. That's kind of just it. There's also Boar, I think. Maybe I should have brought my new Uber Volti. Maybe it wasn't the worst timing. Maybe it was the best timing to get Volti. Volley? Whatever the fuck the name is. Oh, wait. Just a normal boar. Oh. Never mind. I should have spawned Terran, though. That's what I should have done, but too late for that. So, I have a question. Does Filibuster hit my base from there? Probably. So this is going to be real great. Yeah. Okay. Noted. If I had Can, this would be 10 times easier. Duly noted. Okay. I'm still missing Can. Fucking hell. Maybe I just use a rich cat, honestly. Like, it just bring it this one. Honestly, hey there, hey there, hey there, Volta. Hey there, buddy. Bun Bun Sibio. Sweet. I'm just gonna do this. I, I'm tired of aliens. I'm not gonna get all the treasures for the rest of this. Volta's gonna carry? No. I have no faith. Volta's good, don't get me wrong. But I'm not exactly concerned about the aliens whenever I already have a solid anti-alien for things like, you know, unstarred aliens and gories. I already have Tarun. I didn't exactly need... Whatever. So annoyed that I got Volta as soon as I beat fucking Cats of the Cosmos. Getting it literally any sooner would have been sick. Would have been amazing. Would have made today so much less annoying. Would have saved me a couple of continues. Would have saved me maybe a treasure radar or something. A little bit of sanity, you know? But now that I kind of don't need elemental pixies, I got given one. Like a solid one. Obviously, Tetsukachi and Yami I already have, but... Whatever. Fucking whatever. I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. Filibuster. Hey there, buddy. I'm not gonna level you up past 10. I don't care. I don't care. They should really revamp the enemy guide. I'm surprised they haven't done so already, because it's been the same for so long. It's been so boring for so long. Yeah, Cats and Cosmos. It's done. Well, obviously I still have the treasures to get, but... Conquistador. Conquistador? Conqueef? I don't know, but I have only tried something. Wait a second though, before I go, I might as well try some more rank up dojo, right? Ironically, Volta's not even gonna be good here. Volta's still not gonna be usable here. Because the only things in it, the only aliens in it are fucking gories. Whatever, I'll still use Volta. Fuck it. Why not? Fuck it, we ball. Terran and Volta will make it so that aliens can never move again. But I need anti-angels. So I'll probably do this. Drop Barog for... You know what? Fuck it. We ball. Let's show the world how good elemental pixies are. Watch me lose. Oh, I need Sansa. And yes, I'm saying I need Sanzo, because God knows what that Borfin will do. I mean, my ramen's decent, but it's not too high leveled. So there's nothing else for me to do to stall before I beat SOL. Which means now I basically have to start doing SOL. I don't have an anti-relic yet. I literally don't have an anti-relic yet. Not a single one. I'm a little concerned. And I think rightfully so. I'm scared. But I'll handle it. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I don't need any anti-relics. Time to get Bun, I guess. You mean Mecha Bun? Yeah. Except he's not good. Like, I'll beat him next. I'll beat his ass next, but I don't know. I may have to hope to get lucky before I actually go on to the relic side of things. Which, of course, just Mecha Bun isn't relic. I want to figure out a unique way to beat him, though. Because... I don't want to use Necrodancer. I want to use some of my other anti-floatings that I have to see if I can beat it without using Necrodancer. Just to make it a little bit more fun of a thing. The other bad legend that you get at the end of the chapter. Honestly, all the SOL legends are pretty fucking shit. Like, at least relative to the UL legends. Because Nala has better LD than Mina. Urz is better than Urarun. And then all the other... Like, Nala also provides the anti-wave that Musashi has. Niandam is just shit. Mecha Bun is just shit. Is that it? They're good for when you unlock them? I mean, Urarun's such a basic backliner, though. And then... Mina has very minimal... Mina's DPS is so bad that her true form gives her double the DPS, and she's still less than mediocre as an LDer. That's how bad Mina is. It's a real show of how outdated those units are. It really is. It really is. What's the stage again? So Jizo... Truck. She still has good recharge and cost, also LD. No, even for LD, her DPS low-key sucks. Considering her survivability. And I think she has a pretty big blind spot. Like, she's not terrible, true form. For an LD, though? No. She's not very good. Oops. I'm sorry. She's not a very good LDer. The only time you'll use her for LD is 4-star restriction, because you don't have access to Housewife. Housewife is a better LDer than Mina. Unless you specifically need a backliner LD, in which case there's probably a lot of Ubers that can outdo her. Her damage is the only thing that holds her back? Not really. Not... I wouldn't say that. Her niche is god-awful. I'm pretty sure she has a pretty decently big blind spot. Which allows her to stack, yes, but is most of the time a nuisance. Her cost and cooldown are good, though. I will say, they are good. What do I get for beating this stage? Is it even worth it? We'll see. 5 tickets? Well, I might as well save these ones because I don't think I'm going to get anything good. She's a generalist LD backliner with decent range. I don't think it's a bad roll. It's not a bad roll, but it's very basic. Because, like, if you just want a generalist backliner LD, there are many Ubers that can do that. But if you're not looking for Ubers, then yeah, she provides a decent roll. Like, it's decent. Not terrible, but decent. And it can actually be pretty good. However, having a backliner LDer is normally pretty useless over a mid-ranged LDer. Because if you think about it, their whole point is to have a stepping stone. They're not really meant to outrange things. They're meant to have a stepping stone, in which case mid-range is more than enough to be able to take advantage of that. In which case, Housewife, if you don't want an Uber to outdo Mina, then Housewife does it more than okay. So it's just... And then there are probably others. It's just one of those things where it's undesirable. Especially considering the true form cost. If you want to say anything holds back Mina, it's her true form cost. Because all of the true forms of those are way... Like, they're just so annoying to get. So if anything holds back Mina, it's the true form cost. 100%. Only being able to hit enemies with LD is usually really bad. What do you mean? Are you saying Housewife is really bad? That's a mid-range LDer. That does more than fine most of the time. Like, Housewife is great. Phenomenal, even. And you really don't need that many LDers, usually. Hello, Razor. Like I said, Mina's not that bad. I remember when getting Mina True Form, I had 1 billion red cavalry left over because the game refused to give me red seeds. Are seeds better or worse to get now? I mean, of course there's Heavenly and Golden Tower, but like outside of that, I think seeds are still a pain to get. However, I think you do get 3, like, guaranteed from the new growing stages. I'm almost done with SOL. Dubs. I just finished Katsu Cosmos. Housewife still outranges a lot of enemies and is really replaceable. Yeah, but she's still mid-range. Do you see what I mean? Like, if you want to say that Mina's backlining LD is valuable, then, I mean, I feel like mid-range LD provides just as much value. Definitely easier because you can get 3? Yeah. Also, I might need something. Okay, I didn't realize the blacks were going to be... Sorry, the darks. I didn't realize the darks were going to be a major threat in this stage. You can get another one after the first one dies? That's not... I didn't even read the replaceable part. I was just talking about the fact that she's still mid-ranged. And also, Housewife is stackable, you dumb fuck. What the fuck? Housewife is stackable. Like, that's... What? You see Fair to stall the penguins? Fine. Oh, speaking of Housewife. I don't think... I think Truck is really the only thing I need for the Anteater. So do that. Just to provide a little bit more defense against the dark enemies. Also, I hope you guys don't take any offense when I call you dumb fucks. Can we all just agree that we're all dumb fucks here? No offense. No offense taken, no offense given whenever we say dumb fucks. Yep, okay, cool. I don't even have slime? Yeah. I'm a little bit... Also, you said you... What the fuck do you mean you see fair to stall at the beginning? Brother! I can't stall! I need to kill! I swear, you guys give me the worst fucking advice. I swear, you give me the worst advice. Everything spawns on timer. I don't care about your lineup. You said the wrong thing. Oh, I don't have... Oh. Well, that's a problem. Or is it? This might be good, actually. Until it kills my base. It'll take a while to do so. This is fine. I can even do this. This is fine. I called you jackass earlier, so it's fair. True, you know, you're right. What I meant was that if you push into the enemy backliner's range, you can easily get your housewife back. But if you use an Uber and it dies to an enemy backliner, well, no shit. That's kind of... I mean, that is the drawback of an Uber, right? Taking longer to come back if you kill it. But, like, housewife is not... Replaceable is a very wrong term. And that's also a very bad way of thinking about it. Like, if she goes in and dies, then you get to replace her. Well, no shit, you're going to be spawning another one to stack them, am I wrong? I mean, just call them stackable. Mina's less stackable. You might have one of her on the field at all times, but you're much less likely to be able to stack her just because of the fact that, from what I remember, her HP isn't that great. She has knockback count, but I don't think she has too great of HP. I had the talents. Bitch, for what? Seafarer talents weren't going to help against a Shadow Boxer K rushing down my base. Nothing about what you said makes sense to have helped me there. There is no stalling that could have gone there. That's why I had to say what I meant to say. What wasn't what? Okay, but that's still a weird way of thinking about it. But okay, you could have whatever. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'll stop. My issue is the penguin. Yeah, that's probably because you did it before you beat Cosmos Chapter 3. My issue was the Shadow Boxer K. You might have been using pizza. Which is fair. My point was that it's important for Mina to have range. How many enemies do you think have more than 400 range? And how frail do you think Housewife is? Because, like, here's the thing. Most of the time, if you're using LD, you're either hoping for a stepping stone, or you're stupid. Or, no, not stupid. You're just hoping to, you know, guarantee that you land instead of miss, right? Mina's LD is good, but it's not any more desirable in terms of reaching backline than a mid-ranger's. I hate doing COTC. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I don't blame you for that. But by no means was that what was concerning me if you were watching the gameplay. The only other units that don't need much range are units like Nala or Housewife. Doesn't Nala also have 350 range? Anyways, it's one of those things where, like, Mina's good. Mina's fine. Mina can work. Most of the time, you'll only want to use her in 4-star restriction, though, just simply because if you're using LD, you might as well use Housewife or waves like Manic Legs or Courier Slime, something like that. Like, you might as well be using all these other things instead of Mina, even if you don't want to use supers. At least in my opinion. Is there going to be a fest on anytime soon? Like this weekend? Is there going to be fest? I'm actually going to open up a browser. Hopefully it doesn't lag my stream. But I'm going to open up the wiki. Because I want to look at Mina's stats. 435 range. Even in true form, she only has 3k DPS. Chat. Even in true form, she only has 3k DPS and only 30,000 HP. 30,000 HP is 13,000 less than D'Artagnan's. Do you remember what people say about D'Artagnan? They say that he's squishy as hell and he dies super easily. Da 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 da. He has 43,000 HP. She only has 30. And she can't be leveled up to level 60. So, like, and yes, by the way, 300 is a decent sized blind spot because that's only 135 in her range. I said that D'Artagnan. I love D'Artagnan too. I'm just saying this HP ain't cutting it. She's frail. That's the least you can say is she's frail, and 3k DPS not doing it. That's not cutting it. I'm sorry. Outside of 4-star, outside of 4-star, this ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. And also her weaken. Even if weaken against Relic was good, 50% chance with only a 50% uptime, not good for weaken. She gives weaken a bad name. Like, I feel bad for Mina. Because what do you mean, even in true form, after doubling her DPS, she only has 3k? After doubling her DPS, she has less DPS than a no surge Dazzly, which yes is still good, but holy low. With more damage, she'd be great for 4-star. Well, yeah, that's how everything works. She had more damage. Like that's kind of how everything works. Obviously, if it had more damage, it'd be great. Even after getting Nala. Well, here's the thing: what do you consider more damage? Is my question. Because if you just say more damage, Nala, even in just a single hit, has 5k DPS. Oh, Nala only has 300 range. I thought he had 350. Never mind then. What I said earlier. But yeah, no. Even with just one hit landing per hit, because obviously that's how it will normally work, it's 5k DPS. You would have to add 2k DPS to Mina in order to break even with Nala landing a single hit per attack cycle against non-relics. Not to mention, he doesn't effectively have a blind spot. He doesn't have a blind spot and he reaches the same distance. Even after getting Nala, Mina would have to at least double again her DPS in order to be used over Nala. At all. Like, because otherwise the damage would just be the same for far worse HP. 80% stat talents would be more than enough? No. No, they wouldn't. Because 80% more of this. Let's get a calculator out. Sorry, I know it's kind of quiet. Let's see if I can't get some Hollow Knight soundtrack going. Okay. Calculator. Okay, so 30,000 times 1.8. So even with 80% talents, she would only have 54,000 HP. With 4 knockbacks, it's fine. And I mean, I guess if you want to look at level 50, then we can. So let's look at level 50. So clear 48,000 times 1.8. So that's 86,000 HP. That's not so bad. That's not so bad at level 50. And then her DPS would be times 1.8 would be 9k. So 9k DPS and about 90,000 HP, right? So let's look at Nala at level 50. Nala at level 50 has 135,000 HP along with strong against Frelic and Behemoth Slayer immunities, stuff like that. And he has 24,000 DPS. But that's still 8k. That is still 8k. So fully talenting Mina, if she did get a 80% stats buff in both defense and attack, she would still have only slightly more DPS with a blind spot, with the same Pierce, with, if anything, she has less Pierce actually, because she only pierces 265 ahead. Meanwhile, Nala pierces 400 ahead. So it is slightly different there. And then, yeah. And then he also just doesn't have a blind spot. He has much more HP, much more HP, and then has niche against Relic. The main thing Mina has going for her is recharge time and knockback count, I guess. But like, considering he has immunities as well as niche usage, as well as no blind spot, I don't know. I just don't see it. Don't forget stackability and range. In terms of the LD units, the range isn't that important. I'm sorry. Like, the range just isn't that important in terms of LD units. Mina somehow finds a way to die anyways. I'm gonna be so real with you. Like, the more HP, sure. I don't know. It's just not worth the talents. She's not worth the talents. She's still arguably worse than Nala, even with those full talents. She would have to have more. I can turn the Spotify down a little bit. This is a little bit loud. I'm sorry, but she's still... I would still use her less than Nala. I would still use her less than Nala. I wonder if SOL Legends ever will get talents. I mean, I hope. I hope they'll get talents. Like, Filibuster got talents, Catgut got talents. Why not the SOL Legends? You know what I mean? More than 100 more range is a big difference. I mean, for survivability... For survivability, it would be really good at that point, but think about the investment you'd have to do. Those would be uber costing talents. And like at level 50, fully talented, that would cost you cat's eyes, that would cost you a good amount of NP, and it would also just... Wouldn't a new trait target give her new usage over Nala? No, because her weaken already sucks. I'm not even considering her having a niche usage. Nala actually has niche usage plus immunities, which technically give him more niche usage. The only immunity she has is Curse, which is useless since her CC isn't good. Isn't it 415p? It's a fucking... I mean, that's a lot. That's a good amount. That sounds right, yeah. For a max out Uber talent? Yeah. Two, sorry. Maxed out Uber talents. For HP and defense. For a generalist LDer at level 50 with only 9k DPS. Well, I say only 9k. 9k at that point would be fine for her LD. It would be fine, but very unnecessary. Especially if the only way to get SOL Legend troop or talents would be to do it after you've already beaten all of UL and like you're somewhere in the midst of ZL or even beating ZL. If that's the case, then it's not worth it. Because they wouldn't be competent at that point. They wouldn't be worth it. Because here's the thing, Mina's not a standalone LDR. Like, she wouldn't be on her own. There's a reason why you only ever see Mina used in either 4-star restrictions or in stages where you can stack her at the beginning. There's a reason why you only see her used then. Because, like, I don't think that, like, there is usage, right? She has viability. Her weaken would need to be better to actually have niche usage. And I mean, she has good range, don't get me wrong, but her survivability, she'll find a way to die anyways, especially with how much Pierce enemies have nowadays. And she's not immune to any of it. Nala's immune to both Wave and Surge. Mina isn't immune to either. So, like... And then Nala, as an LDer, he can even... He's kind of tanky, right? He's bulky, which... You may think that, oh, less survivability. Like, yes, Mina has more stackability, but Nala's more able to get value out of the fact that she can walk up and attack right up front, tank a couple hits, and hit the back line thanks to that, without really getting juggled. The last time I used her on Socrates, but before that, it was probably 4-star. You used her against Sir Actes? What the fuck? Are you a non-Uber user? Do you just not use Ubers? Because I don't blame you if that's the case. But I don't see Mina being all that great for Socrates. Especially since those talents that we were doing hypotheticals for are strictly hypotheticals. She don't have talents. Not yet, at least. So you were dealing with a... You were dealing with... What was it? 48? 5k DPS. 5k DPS? 5k. I just redid it because before that I only did it with Ubers like Cosmo and Wendy. Okay, well that's fair. Why not use Urs? Why didn't you use... Or did you use just a bunch of them? Like Mina, Urs, and Fenrir, Urarun. You were also using Urs and Urarun. Okay, so they did a majority of the damage. Honestly, yeah, that's fair. And I mean, you can say her recharge time is good. 100 seconds is actually kind of... I thought it was only like 80 or 90 second recharge time. I didn't realize it was 100. But her survivability, like, if it wasn't for her low HP, her survivability would be great because of the 4 knockbacks. If SOL Ubers get talents, Legends get talents, hopefully they would be good at rare prices. No, that won't happen. The reason why I know that won't happen is because of Filibuster. That's why I know that won't happen, because Filibuster already has talents and they are uber cost. She kind of carried against Doge Darks because there aren't that many LD units with such high range. How did she carry against Doge Darks? Would they not get close enough to be hit by Uran and Urs, who have constant attacks that are just knocking it back? Correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't they handle the Doge Darks just fine? What the hell does LD have anything to do with Doge Darks? If anything, LD makes her worse against Doge Darks because of going into the blind spot. Carpenter was knocking them back too much. Yeah, but if you weren't dying to them, then what's it matter? Because the whole point in Uran and Urs is to kind of knock back constantly. Like, the whole idea is that you just juggle things constantly. And so Doge Shark is a prime example of that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about carry, but useful, sure. I was dying to them before I put Mina in? Really? That is shocking. I don't believe you. But I'll take your word for it anyways. But yeah, so it would still be expensive and not worthwhile. I think Mina works in Socrates because her range is fine. But honestly, anything with more range than Socrates would work. Sorry, more range than his Omni would work. So theoretically, you could have used this guy. No, never mind. He has flat out 400. Never mind. How much range does Luza have? Because Luza also has Pierce. That would probably be pretty good for the Doge Sharks. Nah, he only has 400. What about Earl? Did you use Earl? Ooh, Earl barely outranges. I don't know if that would be safe to use. It's the same clear why I use Rich Cat Jr. or whatever his name is. I still don't like people that use Rich Cat Sr. against Doge Darks, because what do you mean you use that instead of fucking Bullet Train? You're blind. You're fucking blind. I literally just showed it. I literally just showed Siracti's Pierce. It's 400. I literally just showed it. They fucking... I hate this goddamn... What's the enemy's name? What is it just Socrates? Is the enemy name Socrates? I fucking hate this game. I hate this wiki. Special Cat, can you show me the enemy? You're right. Okay. You are right. Still Mina. There are much better ways to handle Doge Darks. Socrates jump scare. I fucking hate the wiki sometimes. At least they're making speed up free now. Where does it say that? Oh wait, it's not going to be on here because the update's not out yet. That's coming out soon though, right? In like a week or two? 15.4? Tell me a single non-Uber option, please. I can't remember any. For Doge Dark, Heavy Cat CAT, Bullet Train, Can. And then you're obviously juggling it already with and Fenrir. So like, there's so many options for Doge Dark. Assassin Bear. I'm more scared for this new virus? What do you mean? May 25th? Cute. Hentavirus? What the fuck is that? Search it out. I don't trust you, so I'm going to search it up on my phone instead of on the computer. Don't they just die to Socrates? Bullet Train is fast enough to clip. And I think Heavy Cat CAT is as well. Are you sure it's Henta, not Hanta? Like, is it HE or HA? A single bullet train hit isn't enough to kill a Doge Dark? Well, yeah, but that's why you count the knockbacks from and Fenrir and Urarun. You have non-stop attacking backliners. You can kill... Mina's not one-shotting Doge Dark either. What do you want? Mina has lower damage per hit than Bullet Train, so you cannot be saying a single hit doesn't... Shut up. I low-key just typed what I heard without doing research. You should do research on something before you believe it. Urza and Urarun will not one-shot Doge Darks, and there's no fucking way you're losing... Why are you only using Carpenter? Use Rock. Use either Rock or Manic Eraser as well, just so that Carpenter is not getting beat down by Doge Dark. Because Carpenter alone is not something you should only rely on. Hentavirus death rate. Anytime I see any, I'm looking it up and like it's only showing me like the outbreak on a cruise ship. And then Hantavirus, because Hantavirus didn't actually pull anything up, I looked up Hantavirus, Hanta, whatever you want to call it, and it just says that it causes other diseases, which is the problem there. So like I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was using Rock too. Then I think that's a you problem for losing to Doge fucking Dark. Mina can attack every few seconds. Bullet Train can in every few tens of seconds. But you can't guarantee that Mina's gonna hit the Doge Dark. Wait, he died. He died to Doge Dark. He didn't die to it. He's saying that Mina, Red Riding Mina, is what carried him to beating this stage. No, Uberless, because of outranging Socrates and carrying against the Doge Darks, which I'm trying to disprove. Bullet Train would not do it enough, but like, I'm so lost. I've never heard of a Mina Glazer, but I think I just found the first one. Her attack power is 32,000 at level 50. Bullet Train at level 50 has 47,000. And just to be clear, the Doge Darks in this stage have hold on now. They have 60,000 HP. So all you have to do is let the Doge Dart get hit by either Ururan or Urs once, and then hit it with a Bullet Train, and it would die, giving you bonus money. Why were you using accounting and Rich Cat instead of research? The fuck? How do you find yourself arguing about units every stream? Because I force it. Anytime somebody mentions a unit, I start talking about them. It's a good way to be entertaining for an extended period of time, because I can argue for however long, and you guys can of course argue for however long. It's harder than it seems? No. I beat that stage using fucking Octopus instead of Carpenter. I do not want to hear anything about it's more difficult than it looks. Can you argue about Cat? Maybe. Oh wait, it's not called Basic Cat, just Cat. I wanted to use those combos. Well, then you made it harder on yourself. Don't go glazing Mina just because she made up for your mistakes. Honestly, I think the Mohawk is a shitty design. All it did was add a Mohawk that looks stupid. Hitting Urun or Urs to hit the Doge is harder than it seems.
Explore new ways to tune into your music with Spotify Premium. Smart Shuffle adds recommendations into your playlist.
You're telling me Carpenter was knocking back that hard? Okay, well then let's talk about how many Carpenter hits then. Because if Carpenter is still dealing damage, and I'm assuming you have him leveled up, so level 50, just assuming 8k. So wait until the Doge Dark takes 2 hits, or if you want to be safe, just do 3 or 4, and then send in the Bullet Train, and then you one shot getting the money, making up for the accounting combos, and the. Where's the issue? I think it gives good baseline for its variance. I mean, you could be right, but I feel like Manic Mohawk, I feel like his Mohawk isn't any better. I feel like his, I mean, it's kind of goofy. Because, like, why is it frayed like that? It's not even smooth Mohawk. It's like, I don't know, it's like fuzzy. It's kind of an odd design. And then they didn't even change the base cat at all. Like, at least before they made arms, you know? Like, all they did was give him hair. Is it worth to invest into Qatar? To answer your question, without directly answering your question, I've never talented Qatar in my life. What about Brainwash Mohawk? You're so right. Let me check that. That's a pretty. I mean, he pulls it off well. You know, like he does pull it off quite well. I don't know why those are such drastically different images, but then again, Mina still does damage to Socrates. But Okay. But you said she carried against the Doge Darks. So now you're changing your argument. Yeah, Brainwash is the only one that pulls it off. Paladin has a good chunk of useless talents. Why are you bringing that up? The Hawk is only there because of the OG Hawk. I mean, so, but that doesn't make the originals good. His Mohawk isn't good, but it, you know, it's still there, right? I have a lukewarm take. Konako has an argument for best unit in the game. Well, yeah, so does Lasvos. Like, based on their potential, obviously. Like, having 450 standing range, along with a chance of Pierce, like, she's balanced around having a single attack targeting, and yet she has 3 separate chances to expand it to having a Pierce. You know what I mean? So, like an area attacking Pierce. And even in her first form, she has solid stuff. It's just that if I get to pick between takes care of Doge Darks and takes care of Doge Darks and do damage to Socrates, I'd pick the latter. Yeah, but Mina's expensive. Mina's probably the reason you wanted to use accounting and money combos. Theoretically, Konoko can shit on every stage, but good luck with that. Yeah, it would be very RNG based. She has immune to waste though, which is cool. Lasvos, however, is much more consistent version of Konoko, essentially. The only thing he's lacking is like a bunch of different things, and he only has one, which is Savage Blow. Imagine if Konako had the same attack rate of Bun Bun. Yeah. I mean, obviously that'd be good. Bun Bun attacks often as fuck. Kator with plus level would be great in 4-star stages, I guess. The problem, he's single target and a bit expensive. And not really worth the NP, because zombies are generally not a threat. Because even if you want to consider 4-star, Teacher Bear, Cadaver Bear Cat does fine, Little Flying does fine, Qigong obviously does fine. Because let's look at this guy's stats real quick. So at the ripe level of 50, so assuming you don't even have any plus levels on him, he has 26,000 HP resist, so multiply that by 5, so about 130,000 HP. He has about 130,000 HP per lifespan, and that's only at level 50. And if you use a research combo with him, he's not dying to zombies. He's just not. And then Katar, of course, does target floating. But if you want to do 4-star against floating, I guess I could see Katar being used. However, I think Cameraman would be much more viable. Because, like you said, Katar only has single targeting, and floating can oftentimes appear with, problems. Oh, right, and probably one of the best anti-floating that you can get in the later game if you want to be using it for 4-star, Bubble. Bubble is fantastic to fix all of the problems. Sometimes Cadaver Bear can be hard to kill, so Katar can help with that. Qigong does fine killing Cadaver Bear, especially if you have a high level Holy Blast. Is there any other rare, special rare, high range anti-zombie? You don't even need high range. Like, just tank him with Qigong. Like, that's from my experience. I've done 4-star SOL. Maybe not so much UL, but from my experience, Cadaver Bear, like, in terms of 4-star, you're best off just spamming Qigong. Because, like, you don't even need to zombie kill him. Like, yes, he revives at 100%, but, like, you don't need to zombie kill him. Bubblecat is fantastic. Like, I seriously have never used Qatar, and I never plan on it, because the problem there is that with single targeting, there's not even any guarantee that you hit the Cadaver Bear. There's no guarantee that you do hit the Cadaver Bear, and let's go to level 50. The DPS there is only 6k, which, I mean, if you stack, sure, but if you're struggling with the Cadaver Bear, then it's not going to just be a Cadaver Bear. There's going to be other things, and that's where Katar struggles, is when there's other things, especially since it's not even that stackable, since has a long recharge time, kind of, and really low HP. You say Musashi's high range, he really only has Zombie Killer. Either Rush or Shigang. Honestly, I don't see any problem with Holy Blasting to freeze and then Baja Blasting Cadaver Bear. Oh yeah, Jurassic Cat. Jurassic, sorry, I misspelled it. Welcome to Jurassic Park. I have college work to do and I'm over here yapping about this bitch. Yeah, like max talent has 12% chance to crit, which seems fine, but kind of rough. Against zombies, outranging Cadaver Bear is enough to be high range. That's not what I... What? I never said anything about range. I never said it... What? What? First of all, if it's a zombie-only stage, then Shigun can basically solo it. Second of all, I never said that it wasn't high range. 390 range is high range for Archer. Like, that is high range for a rare. You said something about Musashi's range? Did I? No, I thought I said something about the fact that he's not actually anti-zombie. He just has zombie killer. I don't think I ever said anything about his range. I think you did. Did I? I don't think I did. I would not have shit talked 400 range. I said Cadaver Bear's not really high range. I never said anything about Musashi's range. If I said anything about range, it would have been Cadaver Bear's range. And the fact that it's not really that high of range. Because it's only 360. Which is the same amount of range as Crazed Axe enemy. I don't think I ever shit talked Musashi's range. Because 400 at the end of the day is high range. What percentage is the highest Cadaver Bear, actually? I want to see this. Panic Tower? What percentage is it? 300% Cadaver Bear? That sounds kind of like a nightmare, but at the same time... That's not as bad as I thought. Like, honestly? Only 360,000 HP. That's not as bad as I thought. He's not even the biggest... He's not the scariest zombie. Like, in terms of later on in the game, he's not the scariest zombie. I'd say Ultra takes the cake for sure. And if 300% is... There's no way that's the highest percent, right? I forgot Zombie Teacher Bear has only 360 range. I always think he has 400 range, even though he doesn't really. I think it's because he's a zombie version of Bear, which normal Teacher Bear, I think, has close to 400. No, he doesn't. He has 350. How much does Cyber Bear? Cyber Bear? Cyber Bear? I don't know. The Alien Bear. I don't know, but... Look at all appearances for Cadaver. Okay, Cadaver. All appearances. Expand. 350%, 420. There it is. That is definitely more like it. Which means... which means 420. That is definitely more of what I expected. 500,000. That is definitely more. However, just for a bit of comparison, it might be a bad comparison because it is an Uber, but even without Ultra Form, level 30, he's doing half. He's doing, yeah, 25,000. Sorry, yeah, 250,000 damage in just one hit. So even without the Ultra Form, he's doing half. So like a Baja Blast. Sorry, what the fuck am I doing? Bahamut. Bahamut would probably knock back without the explosion, so it would really only be his level 50 stats, just his base damage, which would be 120,000. Closer to 110,000. Which is a fifth of his HP with just one Bahamut. Assuming that you use Holy Blast to freeze, you can probably get 2 Bahamut hits plus the Holy Blast, depending on the percentage damage from the Holy Blast. Yeah, I don't think Katar's necessary at all. What is Shigong's DPS? Because I feel like Shigong is just like, you can stack him. Like, you can actually stack him surprisingly well against Cadaver Bear, just because Cadaver Bear has such low damage per hit. So if you ever research Shigong, that's 4k DPS per one. And if you really wanted to, you could give him Weaken, but that's not a good idea. I mean, that's 4k DPS. That's not bad at all. Yeah, I searched up Baja Blast, my bad. You can have 2 to 3 Shigongs at once. Yeah. So he's not only perma-stalled, so if it is just the Cadaver, then Shigong's fine. Even if you want to talk about non-Ubers in general that can target Cadaver Bear, just as long as it's not Cadaver one-on-one, you can probably use Housewife. And then Bullet Train, like, if you want to talk about 4-star restriction, though, definitely, probably just don't even rely on zombie killing. Like, I think people overcomplicate zombies a lot in the later end of the game, because the only reason why zombies are threatening early game is because they're so strong that it's hard to actually oppose them. But in terms of endgame, so like 4-star UL, if you want to talk about that, just use your special legends. Don't even worry about zombie killing. Just worry about killing it twice, because you're perfectly able to stall zombies and everything else around them thanks to having access to so many meat shields at this point in the game. And so, like, you'd be able to stall everything. Just make sure you have the ability to kill. And so, like, not even just Baja Blast, just like even Urz and Fenrir, or if you really want to tank with Nala, you could. You can use Doron, you can use Uril. You like, there's so many ways to kill them if you just knock out the idea that you have to zombie kill them. Because the only zombies that you have to zombie kill are I think it's Zyklone. I think Zyklone is one of them. And who's the other one? I feel like there's another one that I don't remember. Zoffin, the zombie coffin. Zombies that left a big mark in my brain after doing first outbreak stages, so I guess I overthink about them. They're pretty simple. Like, with the exceptions of Zyklone and Zombie Coffin, which even Zombie Coffin, you can probably just brute force them and just push them to the base. Different rarities level increase decreases at a different level. The fucking what? Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about diminishing returns, yes, there are diminishing returns in terms of plus levels, which is why I was looking at Shigong level 50. That was Shigong level 50. Level 50. 50. It's not like I was looking at level 100 Shigong. He had 4k DPS at level 50. Lord Gravy? Does Lord Gravy have infinite? I don't think he does. He only has 1 revive. Yeah, he only has 1 revive. I just use Pandora for most zombies. Okay. Fair. You know, the thing about Pandora that I think everybody forgets about, because he doesn't look like he would have range. Bro has 400 range, doesn't he? Yeah. Like, show me a unit that doesn't look like he would have 400 range. I mean, maybe he looks like he'd have 400 range from this, but look, show me an attack animation. Show me an attack animation that looks like 400 range. That does not look like 400 range. Valentine's Maneko? What about her? What? The highest range of any shield piercer? True. Which is good, I think. Maybe. I think that range might actually cause him to fail to block waves in time, to a certain extent. So like your front line will probably get hit by waves still, but your back line would at least be safe, which is honestly what you want. Is for your back line to be safe, so that is still fine. It's just weird that it's on an anti-zombie, since zombies only have one waiver, and it's a mini waiver. It's a zombie Henry. Valentine's Naneko is really cool. I used her in ZL. Cool. I've never used her in my life, but she looks cool. Only a 10% crit chance. Oh, but she has 310 range. That's actually fine. I would love to have her, honestly. Oh, it's mini surge? Never mind. No zombie waves then. My bad. It is the zombie wall. It's the zombie wall that has infinite revives. I don't is it Zoffin? Zoffin. Zoj. Coffin. No. Zombie coffin. You think this will pop it up? No. Zombie. Zombie enemies. Because now I want to know what his name is. Does Big Sal have infinite? No. Coffin Zoj. I was close. And I was spelling coffin with a K for some reason. But yeah, that is unlimited. The wave shield is probably because of Musashi. I guess that is fair. Like, legend rares are actually kind of designed around early game, just being OP for early game, but not really being that great for later. Do you even have? Oh, Old Stretch has unlimited revives. Yeah, well, let's not even think about 4-star restricted ZL just yet. I don't want to do that. I don't know if Witchy Neneko is the best wave blocker, because the problem with Nenekos in general is that their recharge time is really long. So even though it's a really cheap wave blocker, you're going to want to have at least one more wave blocker if you really want to block waves, because of the fact that she has low HP. She has low HP, she can definitely die, and she has a minute long recharge time. So you don't want to rely on her too much. Baron Zombie? Zombie Pang. Sure. Pangsy. Pangsy. This is Pangsy. Zombie. That's not Pangsy. Did I not click on Big Pangsy Strikes? Okay. Big Pang. I don't know why it showed me a normal ass penguin. But yes, it is an infinite. But it is only 10%, so you can just bully the hell out of this guy. And also, we were talking, to be fair, we were talking about zombies that appeared on common stages. Because of the fact that we were talking about how in 4-star restrictions, zombie killing is unnecessary, in my opinion. But oh, it's a bonus stage? Oops. Shutilda is better than Octo a lot of the time. Not. What? For a much cheaper price? I mean, gold cat fruit seed, if you really want to count that as cheaper, but I know you're talking about in-game price. Still, a minute long recharge time. If that Neneko gets picked off for any fucking reason, then you're lacking a shield piercer for a while. So even if she is better than Neneko, or even if she is better than Octo, you might as well just bring both, just so that you at least have a backup for her. I know it's the 300 range, dumb fucks, bro. I'm just saying the minute-long recharge time makes it risky if you want to only rely on her. You want to use both. You want to use both if you're going to use just her, instead of just whatever. She's rare and expensive to true form. I mean, yeah, but like in terms of actual usage, I'm sure she's fine. It's just I don't want to rely on just one thing with a minute-long recharge time. You know what I mean? I'd rather bring both, just as insurance. Yeah, I guess it's better to use both. Plus Octo has HP. like being able to tank waivers is also somewhat decent because if you're getting hit, you don't want to just immediately get knocked back, you know? So like because this is only at level 30. Let's look at level 50 real quick. Level 50 is 43,000 HP, which is fine. But yeah, like, and you don't even have to use both Octo and that Neneko. Just maybe use like Super Cat or something so that you have some sort of backup. You once used Delinquent, Pandora, and some Meat Shield on floor 30. Cool. But still no Mighty Cat true form. I know. I know. I was expecting to do a short stream today, by the way. I've been live for 2.5 hours. Shut up, Spotify ads. I'm not going to be editing this down because I've been yapping the entire time, and I think that people would enjoy just having it to yap. So I'm going to be posting this on the VODs channel. I guess I could post me beating Cats of the Cosmos at least to the main channel. Ah, fuck it. I'll do whatever I feel like. You have Abyssal stage, but no Mighty Cat. That is true, which is unfortunate. Whole new game, but no true form. All right, well, I'm gonna see what I can do. I guess I gotta edit. Yeah, whatever. If we beat COTC, yes, I beat COTC in the first like hour and a half, and then I started yapping. Got in at almost 2 hours. Yeah, that's the first thing I did. That's why the title of the stream is called COTC 3 Grind. I beat it and Filibuster, and then I started yapping, and now I'm tired. Yeah, and then I got Volta right after beating COTC. So that was fun. Anyways, that'll be it for me. I'm tired for some reason all of a sudden. If you did enjoy, please do come back for more. I'm not going to answer that question because I simply don't want to take the time to do so. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.